welcome to Lagos Update on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This program highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. I'm Adeola Akindele. In the highlights of the program today, Lagos State Government takes delivery of trains for Red Line Rail System. Plus, Governor Sanwo-Olu at Chatham House charges world leaders on sustainable healthcare system. This and more after this time out. We'll begin today with the story. The Lagos State Government has achieved another major milestone in its determination to deliver the operation of the Red Line Rail System by the first quarter of 2023. A statement by the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, said the Talgo Series 8 trains acquired for the Red Line have finally arrived in Lagos from Milwaukee, United States of America. Omotosho, who explained that it was necessary to decouple the train into 21 individual cars for effective transportation to Lagos, said the trains will be recoupled with the help of rolling stock engineers from Talgo, the company that manufactured the trains in the United States of America. According to him, the engineers will also take the opportunity to train local engineers and equip young people with the requisite skills. Once the recoupling is completed, the testing and commissioning will commence, followed by full passenger operations in the first quarter of 2023. Each train can carry 1,500 passengers and is expected to run on the Red Line Rail from Agbado to Oyingbo, with the journey taking less than 30 minutes. On Sunday, as part of efforts to promote non-motorized transportation aimed at enhancing the well-being of residents, Lagos State Government celebrated its first car-free day, globally observed on the 22nd of September. About 100 cyclists from different cycling associations took part in the event, which is aimed at reducing carbon emissions, encourage healthy living, reduce sedentary behavior, encourage children to take to cycling in the state. Speaking at the takeoff point on Governor's Road, Alausa, Ikeja, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by the Commissioner for Transportation, Frederick Oladeyinde, noted that cities with demography like Lagos are beginning to embrace non-motorized transportation because of its environmental and economic benefits. Oladeyinde said as a responsive government, the Sanwo-Olu administration has promoted the non-motorized means of transportation by first drafting the non-motorized transport policy and reintroducing the construction of walkways with a pilot project along Catholic Mission Street, Tafawa Balewa Square Way, Lagos Island.
Our children, I can see some of our school children here. It's about time that we get them actively involved in cycling to work, providing a route dedicated to them alone and not interacting with vehicles so that we can take them safely to school and back. And it is something that the Ministry of Transport will continue to drive.
Stakeholders from the Psychology Club, a group of cyclists, and African Cycling Foundation commended the Lagos State Government for embracing the initiative, which will ensure cleaner environment, promote healthy living, and cycling as an interesting sport.
Cycling for us is a tool for social change, and that's why if you look on that side, you see a tri-shop. We're expecting a consul representative from the Danish embassy to launch that initiative that seeks to enable older people to still enjoy cycling. It's good for a lot of benefits, the environment, for health, even the ecosystem.
The road belongs to all of us. In our road safety laws, road users are defined as motorists, non-motorists, that's pedestrians, cyclists, and even tricyclists. Proper infrastructure has to be in place to ensure that we can all coexist on the roads safely.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has appealed to world leaders, global think thank and public office holders to work towards building a sustainable healthcare system for all and facilitate access for the poor and underserved. Speaking on universal health coverage in Nigeria, optimizing institutional opportunities and partnerships for success at the Royal Institute of International Affairs, Chatham House, London, Governor Sanwo-Olu charged global think tank to optimize institutional opportunities and partnerships for the achievements of universal health coverages. Governor Sanwo-Olu said Lagos State, as the most populous city in Africa, a financial hub, and Africa's fifth largest economy on the continent, has strategically strengthened the health system in pursuit of universal health coverage. Speaking on some of the policies of his administration to strengthen the health system, Governor Sanwo-Olu said Lagos State government has consistently increased its budgetary allocation and efficiency to healthcare over the years, noting that the desire of his government is to eventually match the Abuja Declaration of 15%. On Sunday, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu promised that his administration will complete all ongoing projects and implement new ones that will impact positively on the lives of Lagosians. Governor Sanwo-Olu gave the assurance at the 62nd National Independence Day celebration service with the theme The Peace of Jerusalem, held at the Chapel of Christ the Light, Alausa, Ikeja. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by his Chief of Staff, Tayo Ayinde, noted that despite the myriads of challenges including security, economic difficulties facing the country, the nation is still united and forging ahead, trusting on God.
Let us take a moment to give thanks to the Almighty God for the generosity, mercy, and favor that He has showered on us as a nation and as a people. As we celebrate our 62nd anniversary as an independent country, it is an opportunity for us to reflect on our past, our present, and the future we desire to see and bequeath to the next generation.
Commissioner for Home Affairs, Anofiu Elegushi, urged Nigerians to continue to pray for the leaders, especially as the country prepares for the general elections. Earlier in his sermon, the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter, the Right Reverend Stephen Adegbite, urged the people to pray for peace in Lagos and Nigeria as a whole. Adegbite said at 62, Nigeria deserves peace because it is Nigerians' Jerusalem. Prayed that God will expose anyone jeopardizing the peace of the country. The Thanksgiving service was attended by the wife of the Deputy Governor, Oluremi Hamzat, who represented the wife of the Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, body of permanent secretaries, other top government functionaries.
We thank God for everything He has been doing to Nigeria, although we have problems. But God never allowed those problems to overwhelm us. We thank Almighty God. But that's what we came here to do. And I want to say to everybody, all Nigerians, we all have cause to glorify the name of God. Let's continue thanking God.
On Monday, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu urged religious and traditional leaders to ensure that nothing truncates peace and tranquility in the state and the country in general. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this at the third quarter meeting 2022 of the National Nigeria Interreligious Council, NIREC, with the theme Working Together for Justice and Peace, held at Victoria Island. The governor believes that the discussions at the meeting will further strengthen efforts to ensure that the country remains united, irrespective of ethnic and religious affiliations.
Reflect back to understand what that means. Then we know that as a nation, we've all been joined together. Though tongue and tribe may differ, in brotherhood we hold ourselves. Tongue and tribe will differ in our faith, in our ethnicity, but in brotherhood we hold ourselves together. We have been joined together, and we have the responsibility today, tomorrow, and the years to come to ensure that this big nation, this great nation, does not fall in our hands.
In his address, the Sultan of Sokoto and co-chairman NIREC, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, who stated that justice and peace are not just connected but inseparable, noted that the meeting is timely coming on the heels of the lifting of ban on political activities on the 2023 elections.
The role of religious leaders must also be just and fair for them to continue to earn the trust and respect of their people. Religious leaders also need to speak truth to power, to nudge them, to nudge governments at all levels, to be just and fair.
The new co-chairman of NIREC and President, Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Archbishop Daniel Oko, recommended Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for his giant strides in support for the council, noted that in the midst of challenges, Nigerians must work together to achieve justice and peace and peaceful coexistence.
There is justice where we raise the confidence of the powerless and the minorities by giving them equal opportunity to make their humble contributions to nation building. True justice will be found where justice is not understood and practiced as what Aristotle referred to as the quote, justice in the interest of the stronger.
Oko urged youths to resist any attempt to be used as political thugs as the country goes to the polls next year. Also, during the week, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu pledged his administration's continued commitment to optimally harness the potential of women for growth and development of the state and ensure inclusiveness. Governor Sanwo-Olu gave the assurance at the year 2022 WAPA Connect, organized by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, with the theme, The Emerging Total Woman.
I want to assure you that we're not resting on our oars, and there's still so much for us to do for our women. Your support, your collaboration and partnership as individuals, as NGOs, as organizations, as WIMBIs are critical to being appreciated by your government. However, the real issues that must be of serious concern to us is how do we support, how do we ensure that we inspire, how do we encourage young emerging women to arrive at their destination against all odds.
In her goodwill message, the wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who commended the initiative, urged women to tactically take advantage of all the various programs offered by the state government through WAPA economic growth, self-reliance and independence.
To all women out there, I urge you to explore, build and spread the table to enhance productivity. I also remind you to learn, unlearn, relearn, like we always tell you. We need to ensure we grow together for the total women to fully emerge.
Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bolaji Dada, who acknowledged the role of women as pivotal to the nation's development, noted that the program will ensure women from public and private sectors network, exchange ideas as it relates to sustainable development goals, enhance their growth.
The emerging total woman is essential to the nation's economic growth, health and social development of families, peace and security of the community and country. When women are living safe, fulfilled and productive lives, they can reach their full potential, contributing their skills to the workforce and can raise happier and healthier families.
Since the inception of the Sanwo-Olu administration, the ministry has empowered over 65,000 women and hopes to train more. Finally, on the program today, the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency has urged parents, guardians, caregivers to take lead roles in fight against domestic violence, sexual abuse, and other forms of molestation in the state. Executive Secretary of the agency, Titilola Vaivo Adeniyi, stated this at a 2-day training of state prosecutor and police prosecutors on sexual and gender-based violence cases and training of newly upgraded divisions to family support unit status. She described the police as critical stakeholder in the agency's response mechanism to domestic and sexual violence cases.
If you are a survivor of domestic and sexual violence, first of all, realize that it's not your fault. You are not to blame. One of the ways you can get your power back from the alleged abuser or the perpetrator is when you break the culture of silence and you speak up. And so we are encouraging any survivor that may be listening. We believe you. Please speak up and speak out. Report to the designated police station. Report to the designated health facility.
Speaking on the theme, Understanding Gender-Based Violence, Assistant Superintendent of Police from Police Training School, Ikeja, Okafor Kenneth, and the Director of Public Prosecution, Lagos State, Babajide Martins, said there should be preservation of evidence tools, use of comprehensive sexual assessment tool, among others, when sexual and domestic cases are reported.
Investigation these days is gone beyond just taking up statements. They need to follow all the clues and all the trails and chase all lines of inquiries. So that will enhance the capacity of the prosecutor to have a better case file with which to prosecute domestic and sexual offenses.
Of course, we realize that the police is the first point of call when such offense is committed. And for the police officers to be able to handle this case properly and ensure that justice is done, that is why they need to have this kind of training.
Participants at the training session shared their views on the training, promising to be professional in their conduct.
What I've learned so far was how to curb sexual and gender-based violence cases among women, children, even men in our society.
So we've learned a lot actually. The facilitators have been very explicit, being able to break down what prosecutors have to do.
The family support units are designated desks at police stations with trained police personnel who investigate incidents relating to domestic and sexual violence cases. And with that story, we conclude this week's edition of Lagos Update, a program that highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. You can listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on our website www.trafficradio961.ng and follow us on our various social media platforms: Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Lagos Traffic 961. You can download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM from Play Store for more updates. You can also follow me on Twitter at Adeola Akindele1. Thanks to my producer, Babatunde Akinyemi, and studio engineer, Oyeshola Ola, with support from the social media team. The executive producer is Tayo Akunle. I'm Adeola Akindele. Next week is another date. Stay blessed and stay safe.